The inquiry looking into allegations of attempts to stop the investigation and prosecution of apartheid-era crimes will begin tomorrow. It will be led by retired Judge Sisi Khampepe. Nqobile Madlala reports.
It was in May 2025 when President Cyril Ramaphosa signed the proclamation of the establishment of the inquiry to probe allegations of interference that subsequently caused delays into the investigation and prosecution of the brutal apartheid-era crimes.
We do have the around 300 cases that we need to make the kind of findings on. We do know that the Amnesty Committee of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission have handed a number of cases to the police for further investigation and to the NPA for prosecution. And that is why we are here, to find out what happened to each and every case.
Families of the anti-apartheid activist are demanding accountability for non-prosecution of the cases. Among them, the 6 officers who were denied amnesty but never brought to trial for the death of the Craddock 4. The activists were brutally assaulted and murdered after being stopped at a roadblock in 1985.
Many cases have lapsed. There's simply no prospect of any justice. And what the families are asking for is why, when the state had the opportunity to investigate and prosecute, it did not do so.
Historian Ntuli questions why these stalwarts were not honoured.
Do you have a monument for those people? No. What about the Vulindlela brothers, 4 brothers that were executed in 1964? Do you have any monuments on them?
Ntuli, who was also in exile, says it was a mammoth task to stay sane. Apartheid also robbed him of a chance to bury his father when he was pulled off a flight en route to South Africa.
I was detained in 1978 in Swaziland at these people in solitary confinement for a year without meeting anybody. I had to make, to keep my mind going, they gave me sunlight soap. With that sunlight soap, I carved pictures. I'll send you the pictures. When they gave me pap, I molded my pap into little statues and bread into little statues so that I can keep my mind. But when I'm hungry, what do? I eat my art.
Post-apartheid, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission investigated and documented the gross violation of human rights in and out of the country from 1960 to 1994. It was during the TRC Commission that those who were responsible for perpetrating the crimes would request amnesty after disclosing the crime. Failure to get amnesty would mean prosecution after the final report. Fast forward to 2025 in the Khampepe Inquiry, families who didn't see that prosecution take place will now get a chance to understand if interference was the reason for the lack of prosecution.
We are absolutely sure that there was interference. And, even now, 20 years later, there is still the possibility of progress in some cases.
Justice for the victims are obviously first and foremost for this inquiry, but we do understand that there is this sad tale that some of the victims might have passed away during this process, because it has been 23 years since the TRC has handed over the list of cases to the police and the NPA. But also, on the other hand, what is also sad in our pursuit of justice, that some of those perpetrators have died during the process.
The Commission has been given 6 months to finish the work and 60 more days to complete the report into the allegations of interference. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Nqobile Madlala in Johannesburg.